welcome to the Frisco Podcast. I'm your host, Nicole Barron, Editor-in-Chief of Lifestyle Frisco, and today we have Allison Burum, and she is here to talk about the North Texas Turkey Trot.
Hi, Nicole. Happy to be here.
Thank you. I'm so glad you could make the time because there is so much to talk about with this family-friendly tradition in Frisco that is coming up soon.
Oh, I know. I can't believe it.
I know.
November 22nd. Thanksgiving is just around the corner.
It really, really is. So let's talk about it. First, let's back up and talk about you. You live in Frisco, correct?
I do live in Frisco. I've been very blessed to live in Frisco for the past probably 8 years. I've raising my 2 sons in Frisco. My husband is a coach and a teacher in Frisco, so we're very big on the city for sure. But who isn't?
I know. Okay, awesome. So tell us about the Turkey Trot. First, let's just start with the basics. When is it and what is it?
Okay, so it's Thanksgiving Day, which is November 22nd. It starts in the morning, about 8 a.m. We have 3 different options that all kick off at different times, but around 8 a.m. in Frisco Square.
Okay, perfect. Now, tell us about when it started and how's it grown?
So this is our 8th year. Cannot believe it. We've been doing it since 2011 when we had, I believe it was about 1,600 participants. Well, flash forward to 2017. Last year, we saw more than 8,000 people. And we had more than 12,000 people on the actual race site. So we have a lot of friends and families to come and cheer their loved ones on if they decided not to participate. But we have 3 options. We have a Miracle Mile, a 5K, and a 10K. So I think what's so great about the North Texas Turkey Trot is, to your point, it's such a family-friendly, it's become such a Thanksgiving Day tradition, and we've grown to be the largest active lifestyle event in Frisco, which is just so exciting, and I think it's just something people look forward to. Yeah. And have grown to make part of their own family tradition that they do every year. So it's certainly exciting, and I honestly can't believe it's year 8 already. I think we all feel that way.
Our Director of Client Relations, Kelly Walker, was sharing with me yesterday. This has been a tradition for her family. She has 2 kiddos, and they do it every year. And she emphasized what you were just saying about having various ways to be engaged. She said that when their kids were really little, it was so nice to have the option for stroller-friendly families, the mile, the, slower pace. And then now that her kids are a little bit older, they can all manage the 5K together, and one day probably the 10K.
Oh, and so I love that.
She likes that. Yeah.
Oh, and I think that's why it's so appealing. Again, there's something for everyone. It's fairly easy to do the mile, but we see people getting pushed in wheelchairs. Mm-hmm. I mean, and then obviously the 5K, you can run or walk it. I'd say most people run the 10K. Just for sake of time, it would take quite a while to walk the 10K. But I love that you're able to grow as your family grows. So I'm hoping that, my kids are still walkers, stroller kind of people. So they like to do the mile. But again, like Kelly's family, working my way up to the 5K and 10K is certainly something that I look forward to. And honestly, we had a 70-plus-year-old man do the 5K last year, and he was one of the first people to be finished. So awesome. I am always inspired by those I see come out. But like I said, I don't care if you're walking, running, jogging, it doesn't matter. It's the fact that you're out there raising money for charity as well, which is another thing I wanted to talk about today, is obviously the charitable component.
Please do.
Yeah, so obviously it's Thanksgiving. I love the holiday season. I think this event comes at the perfect time. Just Thanksgiving, Christmas, all of the holidays, I think there's just a sense of unity amongst the community. And I think that people love taking part in this event, especially because 100% of our proceeds go to benefit the Miracle League of Frisco, which is an amazing nonprofit organization that I'm happy to sit on the board of as well.
Wow.
So I think that, again, people love being a part of a sense of community and knowing that they're giving back, especially on a day such as Thanksgiving.
Absolutely. Tell our audience more about what Miracle League does.
Oh, I would love to. So the Miracle League's been around for about 12 years, and we provide sports and athletic opportunities for children with disabilities and special needs, which is so needed. And I cannot tell you the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kids that have been able to participate in unified sports leagues over the past 12 plus years, these experiences that really change their lives, which is what it's all about at the end of the day. We have 7 sports. It's the largest Miracle League in the country in terms of the number of sports offered.
Wow.
So most Miracle Leagues are baseball only. And so that's how we started out. You might have seen Mike Simpson Miracle League Field over at Backus Park. That's where we play baseball. So the city of Frisco really was so instrumental in helping get the league started 12 years ago. Obviously, I mentioned Mayor Mike Simpson, Mayor Masso were both so incredibly supportive in helping the organization get where it is today. And like I said, grown to 7 sports. baseball,
Wow.
basketball, soccer, track and field, cheer, football, bowling.
I love it.
And I swear that's where I'm so truly inspired by the athletes that are involved. But, you know, a league like the Miracle League, I said, we're a 501c3 nonprofit. We don't exist without fundraising dollars. So the fact that the North Texas Turkey Trot contributes 100% of proceeds after they're done paying for the race and everything,
Of course,
to our organization, I mean, that provides uniforms, scholarships for children to participate in our leagues. I mean, it doesn't exist without events like these. So the North Texas Turkey Trot is our largest fundraising opportunity of the year. So usually a year before last, or maybe it was last year, we raised more than $100,000.
That's fantastic.
Through the Turkey Trot. So I want people to know when they sign up for the Miracle Mile, the 5K, the 10K, their money is going to contribute to the greater good. Not only are you going to have so much fun on race day there in Frisco Square, and you know, interacting with your neighbors and family, you're supporting one of the, well, I'm biased, but one of the best nonprofit organizations that our city has to offer. And again, it's all about the kids, and that's what I love the most.
I love that. Thank you for educating us more about what the
Yes.
organization does. So on race day,
Yes.
what can a participant expect? Obviously, we have the 5K, the Miracle Mile, and the 10K.
Yes.
What else is going to be happening on site?
Well, we have a lot of sponsors out there as well, so I'm excited. Lifestyle Frisco's going to be out. Woohoo! Represent. No, so excited to have all of you there. You'll have a booth, and I know that you guys are getting a step and repeat, so you guys' photo opportunities are going to be so much fun this year, which I'm excited about. Cumulus is another media sponsor of ours, so we're going to have 96.3, KSCS, 99.5 The Wolf, and Hot 93.3 all out on race day as well.
Fun.
I know last year they had some concert tickets and things that they were giving away, so you want to make sure you stop at the vendor fair afterwards. Also, we're going to have Kind snack bars out again this year. They were our sponsor last year, and so each participant can expect a full-size Kind bar at the end of the race, along with some other goodies, water, of course, but other snack goodies to keep you fueled after doing the race. But so again, a lot of fun activities to interact with different sponsors, and just do so in a fun environment. Fingers are always crossed that the weather
I
you guys, it has been beautiful the last couple of years. I know before I got involved, there were stories of, ice and hard. You just never know what you're going to get in Texas.
Know.
But rain or shine, we're out there and we're bundled up. Or some years you're taking the layers off because it's Texas and it might be warm on Thanksgiving.
Okay, that's good to know that it's rain or shine. Grab your poncho, whatever you need to make it work.
You
right?
got it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I think that's another thing that makes it so fun, because again, you don't know what you're going to, you're going to get a cool race t-shirt.
Yes.
And we always do long sleeve t-shirts.
Everybody loves a race t-shirt.
I know. And so many people do the trot just so they can get the shirt. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. We all love the shirts, but that's something we pride ourselves in, making sure participants have a high quality t-shirt that they're proud to wear and wear it out on race day, because nothing looks better than that drone video up above after the race.
Fun.
Seeing just thousands and thousands and thousands of people wearing the shirt, and there's just no feeling like it.
I understand that, because I actually worked in the run, walk, ride industry for a long time on a 5K series, one of the largest 5K series in the country. And it was always those pictures and that engagement that you see and the enthusiasm, and it's just, there's nothing like it. It's so fun. And I'm excited and proud that we have something like that in Frisco that we can call our own and make a tradition.
Yes.
And I love it. And I think there are a lot of families I've noticed here, you would know this as a Frisco resident, who are Frisco transplants.
Yep.
And their families probably aren't nearby for Thanksgiving. And so they're making their own Friendsgivings, and, they're making their traditions here when their families might be, states away and they can't always see them for every holiday. So I think it's a really nice idea to just grab your friends and go do this event together and spend the day and do the Friendsgiving thing and support your community.
Friendsgiving is one of my favorite things.
I know, absolutely. Me
and
too.
I have family in town, so I don't know what that's saying. But no, I agree. It's just getting that group of people together that are all passionate about doing something fun and getting outside on Thanksgiving. I mean, our motto is run first, eat later. Which I love, because I always eat. I'm pretty sure ever since I got involved with North Texas Turkey Trot, I eat double the amount at Thanksgiving, because I think that I can, because of what I've run off that. Because I walked a mile or several miles, because I do all the social media and pictures on race day as well. So I'm usually the one you see running around with their hair on fire, or on the golf cart, but being driven by somebody else, maybe a little crazily. We have fun. We have a lot of fun. But so I think that people can start making their new traditions as well. If you're new to Frisco, you just moved here, Y'all, this is where it's at on Thanksgiving Day. And I know you love to watch the parade, but click record and put the parade on when you get home. And I love the parade too. I always record it and watch it later because we have a parade of our own, basically, because you guys, we have started such a tradition that has started with people dressing up as turkeys for this race. And I'm talking kids, parents, tutus, funny hats, crazy attire, and that's always something I look forward to as well. So it kind of is a parade in itself because you never know what you're going to see on race day.
That's going to make for some great pictures in front of our step and repeat.
Oh, absolutely.
I appreciated you mentioning that. We are so proud to be the official media sponsor. It is going to be so fun, and we will go all out and make it a fun day. We'll have our step and repeat, as you mentioned. We'll have our booth. We will be there to meet and greet, and we'll be wearing our lifestyle Frisco t-shirts created by Tumbleweed Textiles, if you're familiar with them. So we're so proud to be part of something that's so special to the community. So thank you for having us and inviting us to be a part of it.
We're so happy. And again, none of this is possible without sponsors. So I know that I already mentioned Lifestyle Frisco and Cumulus Media, Kind Snack Bars. We've got Care Now is coming out. Dilla Primo Quesadilla is our water sponsor. So again, couldn't do it without that. Smoothie King will be out on race day. They always have a fun booth, guys. So make sure that you look out for Smoothie King there. There's always something fun to do and probably a coupon out of it as well. And Academy Sports and Outdoors is our packet pickup sponsor, and we've been with them for a couple years now, so they have always been great. And I know people look forward to going there in advance and getting their packets and shirts and bibs and everything for race day. So appreciative to Academy for that.
Okay, good. Yes, you have a great group of people supporting the event. That's fantastic.
I should also mention volunteers. So a race like this does not happen without volunteers. And so not only is the entire committee that puts the North Texas Turkey Trot together are volunteers, we have all of the water stations, registration, all of it, you guys. It's all driven by volunteers, many of whom are Frisco ISD students. So if you are a student in Frisco ISD and you're looking to get those hours, service hours for Honor Society or whatever it may be, please go to our website, trotfrisco.com. In the coming days, we'll have some information up about how you can get involved and volunteer. But without the hundreds of volunteers, the race wouldn't be possible. So I want to make sure that in addition to the sponsors, and the same goes for the Miracle League of Frisco, that's 100% volunteer-led organization. So nobody's getting paid here. And I think that's how you know you're a part of something special when you come to the North Texas Turkey Trot or you go out to a baseball game for the Miracle League of Frisco. I think the heart and soul that you feel is there because that's 100% what it is. I mean, there's no selfish interest at heart. This is all for the people and all for the kids, and it really shows. And again, I think that's how we've grown to be such a big event. Like I said, I'm expecting 8,500 people on race site this year. And I do want to point out, please register sooner rather than later so that we can properly, plan for you. Just never know. Yes. So we've got another price increase happening on November 6th. At 11:59 p.m. So you need to go over to trotfrisco.com for the most competitive pricing because the options for all three of them, they will go up in price the closer to race day that we get. So I do want to encourage people to go to register sooner rather than later at trotfrisco.com.
Trotfrisco.com, and I thought it was North Texas Turkey Trot. Will that reroute as well?
It is. NorthTexasTurkeyTrot.com is great as well. So there's two ways to find us, and also you can find us on Facebook.
Yes.
Instagram, we're socially connected as we have to be these days, but also I love our social properties because it's where we get to share so many of the fun pictures and things that from race day. So I want to make sure that people are also tagging us on social media during the race as well. It's always fun to see people's pictures. And
is there a certain hashtag we should be using?
Yeah, so we do hashtag NT Turkey Trot.
Okay.
And then hashtag Run First, Eat Later.
I love it. Okay, well, we'll support that and do the same on our pages for sure and find a way to make sure that that's clear. And photos and whatnot. We're happy to share all that. I think we're going to produce an article for you as well soon. I'm always reminded in this industry that people like to absorb information different ways. So we have our written article, we have our social media, we have video, we have podcasts. So whatever you like, we have that info for you.
It all.
We've got it. What else? What else is happening that day that we need to know about?
Well, we talked a bit about Friendsgiving and people who don't have family here, but I will say at last year's event, 46 of the 50 states were represented at our event.
How did you figure that out from registration?
Yes.
Wow,
so I have a lot of interesting statistics. I can tell you 57% of participants are female, 43% are male.
Okay.
So we're pretty even, but I think that average age is 30 to 49. About half of our participants fall in that age.
Yeah.
That's Frisco. But like I said, we've got young kiddos and we've got grandparents as well, which is always great to see. But we also had 5 countries represented at last year's event. So we do have a lot of people coming to visit their family in Frisco over the holidays, and again are making the time to take part in our event. So that makes us very happy. We always love to see that, and just giving again another option for people to take advantage of on Thanksgiving before they get full on turkey and stuffing and all the other yummy goodies that I love to talk about.
Absolutely, and football and all of that.
Oh, football, yes.
So I'm curious, is there a fundraising element, a peer-to-peer fundraising element, or team registration options? Or is it all individual?
It's all individual.
Okay.
Actually, you can purchase a family 4-pack.
Okay.
So we do have that. But no, we don't build teams. I mean, there are a lot of people. We've had Camp Gladiator teams in the past.
Fun.
Used to do Camp Gladiator. So, you'll see groups of people. We've got other running association groups that get together. They register together. They do early morning training runs in advance. So we do see a lot of people kind of start to segment themselves off and start their own group routines as well. So shout out to all those groups, and definitely want to see you guys out there on race day again this year.
So fun. Okay, so help me do the rundown. You already mentioned your hashtags. What is the rundown of your social media sites? Do you have those on the tip of your tongue?
So Facebook is North Texas Turkey Trot.
Okay.
Instagram is NT Turkey Trot, and those are really our two main social platforms that we're active on. And you guys can always feel free to message us on those platforms, especially Facebook. I mean, that's the one where people come to engage with us the most, but always, of course, love Instagram for its visual nature, and you guys will see a lot of pictures going up there on race day and afterwards. But definitely find us on Facebook, North Texas Turkey Trot. Engage with us there. And like I said, if you have any questions, submit a direct message to us on that site, and we'll answer you as soon as you can, or as soon as we can. One thing I realized we didn't talk about.
Tell me.
Furry friends.
Oh, please. Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
Frisco loves their pets.
We do love our dogs.
Let's do it.
Yes. I am not bringing a boxer and a bulldog to the race because I don't even know what they would do. But for those of you who have good tame dogs, unlike me, please consider bringing your dog out on race day. You register them as well at trotfrisco.com. You do have to pay a small fee because they get their own bib, and they also get their own bandana.
Goodness.
Which, I mean, I would register a dog for the bandana
Absolutely.
alone.
It's their T-shirt. I get it.
Oh, I know.
That's
and it's
awesome.
so cute. So like I said, you got strollers, walkers, dogs. I mean, but again, we also have the competitive runners as well. So there's really a spot open for everyone. And obviously those people with dogs or pushing strollers, we do ask that they keep to the side, so that we can make room for the competitive runners. But there's more than enough room out there for everyone. And that's why I wanted to make sure that we talked about the furry friends, because that's one of my favorite things is meeting the dogs the morning of, because they're always just the cutest ones ever. And
that's so fun. Yeah, whenever we play around on social media to kind of find what our audience likes the most, it seems to be weather and dogs.
Yes.
Like, that's the thing. Everybody's gets engaged and wants to talk about it and share.
Absolutely. No, I've seen the pictures you guys post of rainbows or the cloud formation last
Isn't that
a
funny?
couple weeks ago.
That blew up. Isn't that funny?
Yes. So it is always interesting. So yeah, people are, I think the photos that get the most engagement for us are always dogs and babies. And you can't go wrong with dogs and babies.
Especially if they're dressed up like turkeys.
Oh my gosh. I know every year I have ideas. And of course I'm working during the race, so I'm not ever able to spend much time with my kids. But I will say my 4-year-old is obsessed with the turkey trot year round. When we pass Frisco Square, he always calls Frisco Square the middle. He says, it's the middle of Frisco. He goes, it's the middle.
Oh,
and he
cute.
says, it's time for the turkey trot. And I go, no. Turkey Trot's in November. And so he always says that anytime we drive by. So I feel like we live and breathe this event year round, and it's so sad when it comes and goes so quickly. But I think, again, kids have just grown to love it. And I do want people to look out for us at the Frisco Community Parade here in a couple weeks. We'll be in the parade.
Oh, good.
Look for me. I've got all my kids out there. It just made me think of my 4-year-old because he's obsessed with the parade as well. We've done it one time, and that's all he talks about is being in the parade. So if you guys want to get a cool Turkey Trot cup and some goodies from a curly hair blonde 4-year-old, look for us at the parade, because we will find you.
We'll be there. We will be.
Great. I love it. I love it. Well, I think that's what's, again, so great about the Frisco community. And again, why we're so thankful that everyone's been so receptive to this event and really made it. We've grown in such a grassroots nature, just like the city of Frisco has in a way. Again, I said 1,600 participants year one to hopefully 8,500 this year.
Yes.
I mean, that outnumbers. The race industry does not have numbers. Like the active lifestyle industry does not have numbers like that right now. And so for us, it just makes it that much more special. And again, that we're able to give the proceeds back to the Miracle League of Frisco just makes it that much better. So I'm super excited. Like I said, come. Bundle up, be prepared to take the layers off because it's Texas and you never know. Hopefully we'll know the night before, but again.
Yes.
Bring the stroller, bring the dog. And again, I need to mention the Miracle Mile is led off by the Miracle League of Frisco track team.
Oh, my
So we'll have all of our
awesome.
track athletes out to kick us off. And that is one good looking group of athletes.
I bet.
And again, they really run the spectrum in terms of our participant athletes in the Miracle League. Some of them you'll see in walkers or wheelchairs, and others are fully capable of just running that race. And I swear, you see the look in their eyes at the starting line, and they have one thing in sight, that finish line, and they want to get there as fast as possible. So for me, it's always watching the reactions of that group, again, kicking off the event. It's just, again, so special. So I do want to give a shout out to the Miracle League of Frisco track team because I know that they just started practicing this week. So,
that's so
they meet
fun.
on Saturday mornings to train for the big event. And they always exceed my expectations, I tell you. And it doesn't matter if I'm out at a track meet or at a soccer game or at a baseball game. These athletes remind us why we do what we do. And if you ever want to shed a tear, go to one of these games. Because I tell you, it makes me think twice before I complain about anything. Now, obviously, I'm human and guilty and complain about petty things. But it's a reminder of just what life is all about and that we need to take the small things in stride because these athletes, you guys, are dealing with, and their parents are dealing with issues that most of us will never understand. So again, these events, these sports, which are made possible because of these dollars that are raised from the Turkey Trot, I mean, we're giving people such a reason to get excited and to live life to the fullest. And so again, I just want to stress, when you come out on Thanksgiving Day, you're going to have a great time. It never fails. I mean, I don't think we've hardly ever gotten any negative feedback. You are going to have a great time, and you're going to sleep even better that night knowing that the money that you paid to enter went to a charitable organization that is going to do the most that it can with those dollars.
Right. Well, I love that. You've articulated that very well because on Thanksgiving, or every day of the year really, but on Thanksgiving there's always more people are more likely to go volunteer to soup kitchen or look for an opportunity to educate their kids about giving to others and thinking of others first. And so we have an opportunity right here in our backyard.
Yes.
And I love it when it's kids helping kids. That makes my heart happy when you see kiddos, out there doing something that will benefit other kids in their community and bless them. And I think
absolutely.
What better message could we
and now
teach
with
our kids?
The Give for Frisco initiative that you guys put together.
You.
I mean,
Yes.
it's such an easy way for residents of Frisco to go and see what are the nonprofits that are really active in our community. Where do they need help? Because a lot of it is about money. Sure, monetary donations go a long way, but a lot of it is time. And so I know that through Lifestyle Frisco, that there's so many ways to find out about what's going on in the community. And I think that that's so important. So do encourage anybody listening to this podcast today, if you've got some extra time, well, face it, none of us really have extra time, but if you have extra time.
We do. We have Netflix time.
You're exactly right. Any extra you can carve out, and especially if you've got children, getting them involved in something like that. We're bringing them up right. And I think that so many people think, in the community of Frisco, it's such a fast growing, affluent city and, that the needs aren't really there. Well, that is not the case at all. So want to make sure that people know when you come to Frisco, there are plenty of opportunities to get involved in even the arts initiative. I mean, there's so many different ways to get involved. You'll find an area that's of interest to you.
You're right. And thank you for the shout out for giveforfrisco.com because we're very proud of that. And there's more to come where that's concerned. So
Absolutely.
We're
you should be proud of it. And again, I think that it's such a great resource for the community. And I do think, go back to the students. They've got to get hours. They've got to get volunteer hours. So it's a great way for them to go and see what's out there as well, so that they can take advantage. So, and again, that just goes back to, I am always so encouraged. The students of Frisco ISD, we have teams. So with the Miracle League, we have buddies. We have Miracle League buddies, and they're the ones for certain leagues. Our athletes require one-on-one support. And so we'll have, the Centennial High School soccer team come out, or the Reedy High School baseball team. And I tell you, it is so neat for our athletes to get to interact with their peers and also athletes that they look up to. And so again, the past 12 years, how the Miracle League of Frisco has grown, and it just wouldn't have grown without the volunteer base. So a shout out to June and other people on the Miracle League board who have put such time and resources into getting the volunteer component set up. But they've just established relationships with all of these high schools and middle schools and coaches and whatnot. And like I said, it just makes me so happy to see them come out and spend their Saturday out at the field with our athletes. I mean, it's just a win-win all around. And the high school students enjoy it just as much, if not more, than our athletes do, honestly.
Yes, I've seen that across just social media and the various things Miracle League has published. And gosh, I shared this with you earlier a while ago. We published an article about Miracle League of Frisco, and I wouldn't consider it outdated. I think there's a lot of really still the buddy program is outlined in there. So go to our site, check out Miracle League, search for that, but also go directly to, what is their URL?
So it's miracleleaguefrisco.org.
Okay, thank you.
So please do check us out. Google us. It'll take you right there, top result. But do encourage anyone interested in volunteering on the Miracle League side, please do go to the website and you'll find more information about how there's a form on there that you can fill out and somebody will get back to you in terms of based on what your interest is. But we're looking for buddies. We have a couple of board positions opened. We always look for volunteer photographers. I mean, we've got it. So if you've got an interest in getting involved with the league, we will find a place for you.
I believe
and we'll also do it on Thanksgiving Day as well. So go to Trot Frisco as well to find information in the coming days on how you can get involved and volunteer on Thanksgiving morning as well.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Allison.
Thank you so much.
I also wanted to say thank you for being on the board of Miracle League and being so passionate and giving your time to the Turkey Trot for our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, it is my pleasure. I cannot tell you, the group that's involved with the Miracle League and with the Turkey Trot. Like I said, it's heart. It's all heart. It's nothing else. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the athletes. And so it's a pleasure to be here today. Thank you to Lifestyle Frisco. We cannot wait to see you guys on Thanksgiving at the event. It's going to be a fantastic time.
We're excited. Some of our team will be gone, but many of us will be here. So we're excited to be there to support the event. Thank you for having us. And thank you for carving out time to come chat with us.
Absolutely. Let's do it again soon.
Yes. Thank you, Allison. Bye.
You're listening to RMCN, the digital destination for premium talk radio.